When we really look at the potential that each and every single one of us hold, it really comes down to the boiling point that our greatest gift has been our imagination. And since the very beginning, since the day that we were born, moving into that entire progression, we've always looked at the imagination as it is just some type of fantasy device. It is a tool that we're creating in our minds, and it's kind of like looking at drama series on a TV set. Of thinking that, well, imagination really is just something that, you're kind of just propagating. It really doesn't mean anything. It's a fantasy tool. Come back into reality. But the greatest gift through imagination is the ability to shape our reality based upon the intention of imagination. Many of the ancient teachers of old have always shared that through your belief, through your imagination, you have the ability to sculpt your body, to sculpt your health, to sculpt your vitality to any way that you see fit. When you actually stay in imagination for a great deal of time, you are retraining your mind to reciprocate the energies that you perceive reality to be. When you have that vision in your mind, when you have that feeling and that sensation of who you really are, in that feeling of an imaginative scope, you're able to cure cancer. You're able to align your back. You're able to rejuvenate your cells. You're able to reverse the aging process. You're able to transform a diet that is configurative and calibrative and sufficient for you. And with diet itself, it really doesn't matter if you're a hardcore vegan, if you're a hardcore vegetarian, if you're on any other, like the paleo diet or anything like that. It doesn't matter. It's not about restriction of what you feel that you've created that diet as an identity. What you're doing is that the imagination will bring you into the impulse of a mixture of diet that represents how you see yourself in your imagination, representing your health and your vitality. But what really keeps many of us back from doing this is the feeling that, again, we take our imagination for granted. We do not see the power, the potential that our mind, that our spirit, that our body truly holds through the facet, through the gateway of imagination. Imagination is connecting you to all worlds. It is connecting you to all realms. It is connecting you to other different realities that all have the capability of being part of your own self-reality. So this is where you are playing the game of imagination. Yes, you're going back to being 5 or 6 years old right now in this moment. Is to give the imagination the appreciation that it truly is as a gift, as an ability that you have. You have the imagination to sculpt your reality, to improve your health and your vitality, to improve your financial abundance, to live the life that you've always wanted to have. How do you do that? You make the imagination your best friend. You make it your ally. You can literally imagine that, for example, if you have a disease, a dis-ease through yourself, that you're able to utilize the imagination to live within a realm where you're seeing the perfection of yourself at an earlier state of your life. Let's say that right now you're 45 years old and you remember what it was like when you were 25 years old. You were young, you were in shape, your body was just feeling great, you have incredible metabolism, your body was just, on fire with absolute restoration and rejuvenation, you had so much energy coming out the yin-yang. And so what you're doing is you're rekindling that relationship through the imagination. Meditation, in that sense, can be the facet through imagination where you're actually propagating this reality longer than 90 seconds. That then becomes the beginning phases of solidifying the degree of this imaginative reality to become part of your concurrent reality. So if you can live in the imagination just for a short little bit each and every single day, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, a half hour, an hour, then what you're doing is you're rebuilding your body. Your thought forms change patterns. You're literally adapting yourself into the thought forms that represent that imaginative self. You're developing your actions to comprise of that represents this individual who you see in your imagination. You become a whole new you. This would be like someone just saying, well, you know what, for a whole day, rather than feeling that you're very introversial, that you have a lot of introversial, that you have a lot of conditions based on who can talk to you, spend a whole day being an extroversial person. Start talking to everybody on the street just for a day. It's a game. It's something that you can play through the imagination, where you're just walking up to a person and saying, hello, how's it going today? How's your morning going? And you're just starting in that way. And at the end of the day, when you've created that person, you became that individual who was a lot more extroversial. You're feeling, you know what? There is something really, really good about that. I challenged myself to become this vibration of an extrovert today rather than an introvert. And it felt great. There were aspects about that I never possibly conceived. I moved myself into an altered state of consciousness. I went into this extroversial version of myself. I tuned into that reality, and my imagination was just going wild. I was talking to people. I was having great conversation. I made a lot of new friends today. This was incredible. Or you can also spend the entire day feeling that if there's a sore, or a particular type of ache that you're having, that you're just imagining that your whole body is completely in a state of health. You're taking up jogging, you're running, you're going for a lot more walks, you decide to go bicycling, you're in an exercise state of being for that entire day. You'll notice transformations. Oh my God, I feel a lot more just... my mind feels freer. My body feels great. It feels like it's just vibrating with energy. Because usually I'm just kind of, sitting back, relaxing, taking it easy, maybe doing a little bit of exercise here and there, but spending the entire day doing an exercise, this was powerful. This has really transformed me. What has happened? Your imagination in regards to you being that exercise fanatic to being that extrovert has become your reality for that day. And you have the ability to take all of the pieces out of those imaginative creations that then became the forefront of your reality, the becoming of your reality, into your life. And now you have rejuvenated yourself. Now you have created a whole new you. You've created a personal amalgamation effect, where you were an extrovert, where you were an exercise fanatic, because you agreed, you had a conscious agreement through yourself that I'm going to go ahead and become this person. This is going to be really exciting. I'm going to have a blast doing this today. This works for everything. This works for your finances. This works for your personal, your professional growth, your intuitive development, to help you become more psychic, to help you become more intuitive. This is all within that range. But you need to have fun. You need to play with the imagination. It's an untapped, underestimated tool that each and every single one of us has in the most powerful ways that we can imagine. It's here for you. It's your interface to the infinite. Have fun with playing with the imagination, because it is a true gift, a true ability that you can have that will radically transform your life. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Brad Johnson. Take care. Talk to you soon. Namaste, and may it be well with you. Goodbye for now.